You are invited on a pilgrimage sponsored by the Catholic Voice, accompanied by Father Neil Clemens. Walk in the footsteps of St. Paul. This remarkable journey will take you over land and sea, visiting Athens, Ephesus, Thessaloniki, Patmos, and many other wonderful places. We will journey to Greece and to Turkey, visiting Athens, known as the glorious city and the cradle of civilization. Greece is the birthplace of democracy, and the Parthenon is considered the main landmark. Look forward to seeing the chief jewel of the Acropolis, the Parthenon, the Temple of Winged Victory. Below the Parthenon is Mars Hill, where St. Paul made his famous Men of Athens speech, revealing a considerable knowledge of Greek philosophy and character. The God who made the world and all things in it is Lord of heaven and earth, and does not live in the temples made by men. We journey along the coastal highway to ancient Corinth, with a splendid view of the Aegean Sea. We visit the ruins where St. Paul worked with Aquila and Priscilla, also the Temple of Apollo. To stand in the midst of the ruins of the Church of Corinth and see the pillars, steps, and place of public worship where Paul preached will enhance your understanding and love of 2 Corinthians chapter 1. We celebrate Mass on site, where St. Paul preached. Our cruise ship will set sail for the islands where the church developed in ancient Greece. Ephesus is one of the best preserved classical cities on the Mediterranean and one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. The city was famed for the Temple of Artemis, also known as the Temple of Diana. Many scholars believe that the Virgin Mary accompanied St. John to Ephesus. We will celebrate Mass at the site honoring the house of the Virgin Mary. We will also visit the resting place of St. John. The first Christian community in Ephesus was established by St. John and developed by St. Paul. We will continue to the island of Patmos, Jerusalem of the Aegean, a place full of quiet tranquility, identified as one of the most idyllic places in the world to live. It is mentioned in the book of Revelations, and we will visit the cave of the Apocalypse where St. John received his inspiration. We continue on our cruise to Crete, where St. Paul was shipwrecked. Here we will find the ruins of the Minoan Church and the museum depicting the birth of the Minoan civilization. On to spectacular Santorini, the island thought to be the lost continent of Atlantis. We disembark and travel to Kalabaka, recently called the most beautiful place in Greece. We will visit 2 14th century monasteries built into the cliffs. We walk in the footsteps of Paul and Silas in Berea and Thessaloniki, where Paul founded the church. St. Paul delivered his first sermon in Europe in Philippi, sowing the seeds of Christianity, and he and Silas were also thrown into jail, but escaped unharmed. We celebrate Mass at the traditional site where Paul baptized Lydia, sowing the seeds of Christianity. Thank you. Ευχαριστώ. Teşekkürler.